Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rikahakodash. Double honor to the other apostles, great millstone, who well, and salutation to the Most High's man in the four corners of the earth that are pushing this word of sincerity and truth. And shalom to the sisters that support and subscribe wholeheartedly to the message of deliverance and salvation of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. It's your brother, Ben Yum Yum, GMS, Mississippi, with an intrinsic topic through the Spirit. Going into holding fast, basically, to sum it up, holding on to your crown, and no other may be able to take it. Being able to fight the good fight of faith, to constantly endure. Because the times that we're living in, they're very uncertain. We know that the Heavenly Father's prophecies are sure to come to pass. We know that the judgment is sure to happen. We know that salvation is sure to happen. But just in your day-to-day, a lot of uncertain events, befall us. But being able to adjust, move, and pivot accordingly is what is truly important in order for you to be able to constantly endure by having the correct mindset and thought process. Because often I talk about mindset oftenly, and in the world they say that knowledge is power. And to a certain degree that's true, but activity is more powerful, because there are many individuals that know and do not. There are many individuals who proclaim wisdom, who proclaim knowledge, who proclaim understanding, whether it's spiritual or whether it's in the world, but yet they still have no activity that puts them closer to being that individual who's spitting that knowledge, so to speak. That individual that's speaking of prophecies, but they're not moving according to the times. That individual that's saying that they love the Heavenly Father, but that they're not moving towards God-like conduct, and so on and so forth. Because that covers a various level of topics and subject matters. And the main point is that people, they all talk a good talk. And that's why Yahushua stated that there shall be many that say unto him, Lord, Lord. They're going to bring up, oh, I prophesied in your name, or, I gave a prophet a drink of water, or I was moving accordingly, or I always had you in my thoughts. But yet, guess what? Their actions were far from the Lord. So if your actions are far from the Lord, then you're not doing what? You're not doing those things that he asked you. And Lord will, and just hear my voice. And not really hear too much of the terrain. What I wanted to do was, I guess you call it, take y'all off road today. It's wild, man. Boy, in the wild, wild west. But measuring yourself against the time, measuring yourself against the season of what is the now is what the Heavenly Father is requiring. Because in order to be able to constantly endure, we have to first endure. You have to understand that, with your mind, but then you have to measure it out with your actions. And that's why I said that, knowledge is power, but activity is more powerful. Execution is more powerful. Because how many people know to do good and do it not? A great majority of the individuals in the world in today's time. How many people have a skill set? How many people have an understanding on how to accomplish something? But yet they run into instances where they say, man, it's too hard. Or man, I don't have time for that. So then guess what? Is knowledge still powerful? I wouldn't think so. Because what would be powerful or power is that knowledge being coupled with actions or activity to have the event or the end result executed. All right.